How concerned should we be about Jaylen Brown missing his third straight game? Plus, I don't know if you're like me, kind of lost my lust for this Golden State Warriors game on Wednesday. Let's talk about it right now on the Locked On Celtics podcast.
Thanks to Blockbuster brand, it's holiday season, drop Drew in the mix. And 3 from KP, no we not on the Knicks. Flushing competition like Al on Giannis. Juice and Big Juice, still Beantown's finest. Banner 18 going up in the rafters. Watch the C's game in locked on after. Karalis on the breakdown. Clutch like a tip from D. White on the breakdown. John on the mic, documenting domination. Matter pen a back bay, it's all C's nation. Rain and J's, how we started, raising business, how we finish. Locked on Celtics pod, home of the winners. Peace.
Hey there, welcome back to the Locked On Celtics podcast, right here on the Locked On Podcast Network. It's your team every day, and I got you covered every Monday through Friday, plus bonus podcasts like when they play on Friday, so you get one on Saturday this week. So make sure you're subscribed. Get this show directly to your device. Get onto the YouTube page, watch the show, hop into the comment section, share your thoughts with your fellow Celtics fans. I'm John Karalis. I've been covering the Celtics team for about 20 years now, doing it as a beat writer and now also as the author of Built Different, celebrating Banner 18. It's the holiday season coming up. Buy it for the Celtics fan in your life. Personalized, signed, shipped to you right to your door for $30 at johnkaralis.com. Make sure you're also subscribed to the new Locked On Celtics NBA and NBA newsletter. Go to lockedondaily.com, click on the Locked On Celtics logo, get it directly to your inbox every Monday through Friday. That's lockedondaily.com. Start your day with the all-new free Locked On Celtics newsletter. So today we'll get into some road trip leftovers. We'll get into the Golden State game. I think a lot of people are looking forward to this, but I don't know. I think I've cooled off on it a little bit. And I think this road trip is partly why. But we got Jaylen Brown and Kristaps Porzingis updates. We're going to talk all that stuff with our guy, Tom Westerholm, who, you know what? I had nicknames for you, and they were sent to me. I got an email here with nicknames for you, and I just misplaced it. So,
well, while you're doing that, I just want to thank you for electing to have me on the podcast.
Oh, topical humor.
Topical humor.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know where this is, but
well, again, topical.
Oh, here it is.
Oh, I was going to say, I mean, you could save these.
You know, I'm going to go with the first one here. This is out to Houston B. He heard me struggling with nicknames because I've came up with 30 of them already.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's start.
Okay.
Tom West Side Story.
Okay. Yep.
We'll go with that one.
Okay.
It's Tom West Side Story.
Yeah.
This bit is losing its steam.
Yeah.
Jaylen Brown is going to miss this Golden State game. Let's talk about Jaylen Brown, because the one thing that I keep getting is, you know, I tweet out, this is the third time I put out there when the Celtics announce their injury report. Okay, Jaylen Brown's going to miss this game. And I get the, how concerned, how worried should I be about this? Joe Mazzulla on the radio said, I'm not that concerned. Jaylen is not that concerned. It's a strain. It's a hip flexor strain. It's a day-to-day thing. When he feels better, he'll play. So I don't think it's a concern. However, there are people who do, because, you know, those hip flexors, those strains has the potential to linger, and you don't want something early in the season for a guy like Jaylen Brown with his athleticism. You don't want it to linger.
All true. I think I'm also not concerned, because as we were recording this, it is Tuesday, November 5.
Yes.
And very little that happens at this current juncture in the season is going to have massive implications, I think, for the Celtics down the line, as long as it's not a like a genuine, like, kind of longer term injury. Like, that doesn't seem to be what this is. Hip flexor is not that. Like, the hip flexor strain, even if, I mean, it might, let's say it costs him a couple of weeks. Like, let's take the long end of that. Okay. Sure. Like, Celtics are 7-1. Like, they got a tough Golden State game coming up, but they're proving very capable of winning with or without multiple of their very good players, because the guys behind those guys are also very good players. So yeah, concern level pretty low on that one. I don't think this is something that is going to. I think by the time January or February rolls around, this is not going to be something that we're still chatting about.
Yeah. No one's gonna be like, oh man, remember that hip flexor strain?
Right.
It's this is the Celtics depth being put to good use.
Yes.
You know, we wanted them to ease these guys into the season, and this is like, hey, you know, he's out there, he's warming up, right? So it's not so bad that he can't warm up, but that, you know, the hip flexor, that side to side defensive movement, you can warm up and push it to a point where you're still getting a little bit of a sweat going, you're still keeping your shot, keeping your touch, all of that stuff. You just don't want to put that sudden stop left right kind of defensive slide type of movement in there. It's abundance of caution type of thing. They have the luxury of being cautious with him, so why not take advantage of it? Let's let Peyton Pritchard and Sam Hauser and the big du jour, let's just let those guys cook, and like whatever, that's fine. This is your opportunity for the bench to get their minutes and get their playing time and get their shots and all of that stuff. And Jaylen, when he comes back, will be totally fine. So no concern there. The Kristaps Porzingis update, no timeline on Porzingis, but another comment from the Celtics is Joe Mazzulla again saying that his recovery is going really, really well. His rehab is going really, really well. He's out there again. He's also warming up. I've said this before in the podcast. If I had been gone for the whole summer and I'd just forgotten or didn't know that he was hurt, and I came back and watched him warming up, I'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, he's ready to play. If you were to tell me, oh, he's out tonight, I'd be like, really? Because what I just saw is a guy that's looks like he's warming up to play.
Is it a hip flexor situation? Is that what he's got going on?
Yeah, right. Exactly. It's just hip flexors all around. Yeah. So that's encouraging. The December return is still the perceived timeline. But again, you just said it's November 5th. December is weeks away. We're getting pretty close to Porzingis coming back. So that's the better news. Like, I really don't care. Jalen will be fine. It sucks that he's going to miss the Golden State game, but it's very encouraging that Porzingis' recovery has gone so well. And the beauty of this particular injury is that once it's healed, it's healed. It's not like a soft tissue thing. So that's good news.
Absolutely. I mean, if you're a Celtics fan and you're looking at Porzingis and, like I said, Celtics are 7-1, just kicking the crap out of bad teams, lost the one game to a good Pacers team, but, beat the Knicks, yada, yada. Like, if you're kind of looking at that resume, it's like, I mean, Kristaps, take your time, bud. Like, it's okay. Like, just maybe even push that down the road a little bit. Keep yourself as healthy as you can for the playoff run. Like, that's going to basically be my reaction to anything health related, like throughout the rest of the season. Is like, okay, is this going to affect the playoffs? No, then okay, Giant, everybody's fine. No worries, right? Like, because realistically, it's like, okay, like if let's say Porzingis was going to be out until December 28 instead of December 1 or whatever it might be, right? Like, are you that concerned that the Celtics are going to be, out of the hunt for first place? Like, no, like this team is great. Like, they're really, really good. And to your point, like, they're putting their depth to good use. Like, Cornette is really good. Like, Keita is playing, as a insanely high ceiling, according to Joe Mazzulla. Like these guys are looking really good in the absence of the stars. So, like, these early season games where the stars are out and these guys get a chance to develop and shine and kind of stretch out a little bit, put some reps on. Like, this is good stuff for the Celtics. This is only going to help them down the line, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see how much this depth is going to help them against the Golden State Warriors. The Wednesday night game is the Warriors. Let's take a quick look at that game, including why I don't know. Is it me? Am I wrong for being like less enthused about this game than I was a few weeks ago? We'll talk about that when we come back. got to make sure we get the we in there. It's not just me. Or maybe I just get rid of Tom. Hey, today's show is brought to you by Hims. We know that intimate moments happen spontaneously, and we always want to be ready to perform when called upon. Hims provides access to treatments that can help you stay hard and last longer, giving you the boost of confidence so you can be ready whenever the mood hits. Hims is changing men's healthcare by providing you with access to affordable sexual health treatments from the comfort of your couch. Hims provides access to a range of doctor-trusted ED treatments like chewable hard mints and Viagra and Cialis and their generics for up to 95% cheaper. The process is 100% online, so no need for uncomfortable doctor's visits. Just answer a series of questions, and a medical provider will determine the right treatment option. It ships to you in discreet packaging for free. No insurance necessary. One low price covers everything. With hundreds of thousands of trusted subscribers, Hims can help you find the ED option that works for you. Start your free online visit today at hims.com/lockedon. That's HIMS.com/lockedon for your personalized ED treatment options. hims.com/lockedon. The products mentioned are chewable compound products, which are not approved by or verified for safety or effectiveness by the FDA. Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan. Thank you for making Locked On Celtics your first listen every day. Make sure you're listening to the Locked On Celtics postcast, which if you're on the audio feed, you will see right here on this feed after games. It happens first, and then my Locked On Celtics podcast happens after that. You can go catch Steve Lennox on the Locked On Sports Boston YouTube feed. Locked On Celtics YouTube page remains unchanged. So he hits you with the immediate reaction. I hit you with a little bit more in depth. 2 podcasts on the Locked On Celtics feed. Check them both out. Tom, the Golden State Warriors are in town. I remember us talking about that Golden State Warriors game when we were looking at the schedule. We're like, oh, that's going to be so great. November, we get to
early in the season.
Oh, man, this is so exciting while it's still fresh. And like at this point, I'm like, it's not fresh to me anymore.
You know what's fresh is that the Warriors look awesome. Like this is going to be a fun game.
This could be a fun game.
It's a good game of hoops.
The Warriors are 6-1.
Yeah.
They have the second best defense in the league right now. Yeah. And the 4th best offense. Net rating, they are above the Celtics as of right now. Net rating of 16.8. These numbers are always ridiculous earlier in the season.
Also, I think if you wanted to take a look at that net rating, I think, you know how we were like, I don't think the Celtics are going to have a championship hangover. I think the defense has a smidge hangover.
Even though they're 4th in the NBA right now.
Oh, yeah. No, I think they're just that good that you can be a little hungover. The Celtics can be a little hungover at 74.
They're like Rick Sanchez. They just wake up and they're just like, kind of drunk and hungover, but still like a genius.
Yeah. Coasting.
Yeah. So, but this is going to be the game itself. Forget about all the side stuff. The game itself is going to be fun. It's a shame that Jaylen Brown isn't going to be here for that. This isn't going to be, oh man, the Warriors of the past couple of seasons are coming in and they've kind of not great. And the Celtics are going to smash them, and this is an opportunity for Jayson to drop 50, and hey, maybe Jayson and Jalen could drop 50. You could buy it for 100 points. No, this is going to be a tough game. This is going to be a tough game. But to be fair, the Warriors have not faced. I don't think they've faced an offense quite like Boston's. So,
which is to say, they haven't faced Boston because I'm not sure there is an offense quite like Boston's. Yeah,
no, Boston's
for sure.
The Cleveland Cavaliers would like to have a word right now, Tom.
So far, looking awesome. Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, but yes. So, but as far as the juice for this game, the revenge factor, I've lost all my appetite for that. Am I alone?
I mean, we were talking about this before. I have lost some as well. I just think like, to me, kind of early on, right? It was like, okay, I understand that like athletes are going to look for motivation wherever they can find it and yada, yada. the Celtics, the Team USA won gold. Like that takes a little bit. Like if they had lost in the semifinals or something like that, or like whatever it might be,
Sure.
like at that point you could really like get up in arms, like, man, this idiot, he should have played Jayson Tatum, he should have done all this and that, and like, and if you're Tatum, I understand being kind of upset because it's like, bro, I took time out of my summer to come to this, like,
right.
I do get that, but if you're just like an American Celtics fan who was watching Team USA and you wanted to see gold, well, I mean, look, how many more opportunities are Steph and LeBron and KD and all them gonna get? Like, I kind of get them being the priority. I don't know. This is gonna make me really unpopular with Celtics fans, but like, I'm with you. I do think that this game, to me, I don't necessarily see a ton of juice outside of, hey, these have been two of the best teams in the NBA through the first 8 or 9 games of the season. Like, that's a lot of juice. That's a lot of fun. The Steve Kerr thing, I'm kind of ambivalent about.
You know why? So first of all, we did the podcasts. Everybody talked about, like, wow, November 6th, they get to do it right away. It's going to be, still in people's minds and all that stuff. And then media day came and Jayson was like, yeah, I guess, I really wasn't too worked up. So, it's whatever. He's been very whatever about it publicly. So we're all like, yeah. And he's like, nah, yeah, okay. And then the Grant Williams stuff happened.
Yeah.
And I came onto this podcast the night it happened, and I was like, you gotta smash them, you gotta blah, 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 being like all like 80s, yeah, like Joe Mazzulla, yeah, fight, let's fight, I want to see fight, yeah, blood, yeah. And then the next day they were like, yeah, no, Tatum was like, I don't want to talk about it, I'm not making this about me, I'm just trying to play the right way. And it's like, okay, yeah, so I've come to the conclusion that me and my bloodlust is that's the wrong approach, because they're not going to give it to me. So yeah. I've just come to the place where I'm like, yeah, I understand. I'm not saying that I'm not telling fans not to have it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I don't have it anymore, because I just don't think they're going into this game. I don't think Tatum's going to this game being like, watch what I show Steve Kerr. I think that's manufactured on the outside. And like, because we want everything to be a movie. We want everything to be a TV show. We want the script to be followed, and him to point at Steve Kerr and be like, you should have played me. And no, I just don't think Tatum is made like that. He's going to go out there and play the exact same way he's always played. So I'm just not getting myself worked up for it.
Yeah, I think that's the key point, right? Is like, if you're a Celtics fan and you're mad, and like, and you like, if you're a Celtics fan and you want to go to that game and you want to boo Steve Kerr until you're hoarse, like, go for it, man. Like, that's like that's what sports fans get to do. Like, you get to choose what you want to be mad at.
Absolutely.
Go.
He will. He is going to get booed.
He is
absolutely
going to get booed. Whether that, I think, like, anytime Celtics fans get a chance to really righteously boo somebody, it's going to happen.
Oh,
like, yeah, there's going to be lusty boos in the at the TD Garden.
Those little carts outside the arena are going to sell T-shirts with Kerr's name on it. Like,
oh yeah,
like, whatever. I can't probably say what the T-shirts are going to say, but yes. So yes,
Steve Kerr is going to pay for somebody's Christmas for
sure.
Absolutely.
Yes.
But like, I think the interesting thing about Tatum, without getting too much into the grand stuff that I know has been well covered, it's like, the interesting thing to me about that was, like, Tatum didn't seem mad. He just seemed kind of like, I don't know, sad about it. Like, it was like, hey, this is my, I don't know.
Yeah.
His friend just like trucked him. It's like,
yeah.
Why, dude? Like, that sucks. Like, now I'm kind of, it's like, I don't really want to talk about it. Like, not like, no, it's nothing. Not like, no, I'm so mad. It's just kind of like, it's not really something I want to talk about. Like, that doesn't generate a ton of like clicks and a ton of like engagement and all the stuff that we're all looking for. Those of us who produce content. Like, yeah, he's not gonna give that to us, which is which is fair because you talk about the Celtics having a bloodlust, not having a bloodlust. They don't really have a bloodlust. They have a championship trophy lust. They are
Yes, that's right.
really they just want to win the championship. Like
That's it.
Joe Mazzulla has brainwashed these guys into having precisely the right attitude to win
He
basketball games.
really has.
Like it's really
seriously,
wild.
is he like at the first film session, like last season, just like dangled a little watch in front of everybody and like you will like
he keeps using these like examples from the animal kingdom, and I feel like he's the big snake from the Jungle Book with the eyes that go all spinny and just like it's like, oh
yeah.
I want to win a championship too.
Yeah. Either that or he literally has like lions there. Like, if you do anything besides when I will unleash, I will show you the animal kingdom in full force if you don't follow what I say. Yeah. I just look, I'm big on setting expectations, right? And when I see another person setting my expectations for me here, I'm going to react to that. So fans are going to go crazy. Absolutely.
Yes.
I'm not saying when I say I don't have that juice for it, it's not that I don't think fans should go nuts, go have fun. Like
that's
I'm
it.
Just saying,
have a good time.
That's it. I'm just saying,
go get drunk and boo. Like you're gonna have fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Like that's what it's all about. But also, like, don't get mad if Tatum just has like 27, 7, and 5, right? Like just a normal, and the Celtics win by 11. Like that's very plausible. It may just be an uneventful Celtics win.
Revenge is a dish best served 27, 7, and 5. Yeah,
that's right. That's it. That's all I don't know what else to tell you. So it should be a good game.
Yes,
it should be a good game. But the Celtics keep telling me we're not into these storylines. So it's kind of hard for me to come up here and be like, I'm so excited for this storyline. I'm just not. They're not. So I'm just kind of like,
and hey, right. Look, that's fine by me, man. Like if the storyline that I get to be excited about is like less about the drama and less about the I'm mad at this guy and more about the hey, let's go, let's check ball. Like let's go. Like
yeah,
all right.
But people love drama. That's the problem here. My problem here is that I'm perfectly fine to be drama free, but people want drama and they want extremes. Like they just want to be entertained by this stuff throughout the day. Like they want that. They want Tatum to be the pointing, trash talking kind of guy. That's why that Anthony Edwards is so popular, because Anthony Edwards is good. Is he so significantly better than everybody else? Like he's a superstar type player, but he's like up and down. He has his flaws. But he's he's an all NBA player.
Yeah.
But he's not. I know people want to be Michael Jordan, but he's not Michael Jordan. He's not Michael Jordan. Not yet. Like give him some time. I don't know. But the man talks a good game.
Oh, he's fun.
That man talks a great game. He is so fun to just listen to and watch. So that's what people want. That's why Anthony Edwards is viewed as like he is. It's not because he's that much better than Tatum or Brown. He's not. I still don't think he's better. Well, he's not better than Tatum.
No, I don't think so either.
I don't think.
No.
He's in Jaylen Brown. Like, I think they're kind of like, take one, take the other. He's whatever. I just think it's because of his personality. That's so. All right.
What we're saying is bring back Terry Rozier.
Oh my God. Yeah. That's what you want. If you want the drama, we had drama in Boston. We had it. Yeah. People didn't like that, how that went. All right. Let's go back to the road trip when we come back. There's a couple of things that I want to touch on. Today's show is brought to you by Built. Built Rewards are here to help you earn rewards just by paying rent. I've been a renter. You spend a lot of money on your rent and you don't seem to get anything for it other than the place to live, but you don't get any kind of value other than, I pay here, I live here. And then when you move, that money's all gone. But Built is breaking ground as a neighborhood rewards program that hooks you up with points on your rent. Every month you pay your rent and watch the Built points roll in. Use those points to jet off on a dream vacation. Put your points towards a flight or hotel stay with 500 plus airlines or 700 and 700,000 plus hotels and properties. You can also use your points to book fitness studio classes. Redeem them toward a future rent payment. They're designed to meet your lifestyle. Pay rent hassle-free through the Built Rewards app. Your rent game just got a major upgrade. Built points have been consistently ranked the highest value point currency by Points Guy and Bankrate. Earn points by paying rent right now when you go to joinbuilt.com/LockedOnNBA. That's JOINBILT.com/LockedOnNBA. Make sure you use our URL so they know we sent you. Joinbuilt.com/LockedOnNBA to start earning points with your rent payments today. Today's show is also brought to you by Game Time. You can go there and get these last minute tickets or any tickets to events anywhere in your city, in your town. It's sports, but also concerts, comedy shows, theater shows, whatever. Use the Game Time Picks feature. It filters out the fluff. It curates the tickets for you, so you only get the incredible deals on great seats. You don't have to waste your time searching and scrolling. You toggle the all-in price feature, so when you see a ticket that you want, that is the price that you pay once you turn that feature on. You get a panoramic view on the app so you can see what you're going to see at the event, and Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference if you find these tickets somewhere else. That's their lowest price guarantee. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time Picks. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use the code LOCKEDONNBA for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem the code LOCKED, LOCKED, LOCKEDONNBA for $20 off. Download Game Time today. What time is it? Game time. Thank you for making Locked On Celtics your first listen every day. Go check out Locked On NBA. I'm hosting on Fridays now. Fridays with Jake Madison. We cover the whole league, whatever's going on that night in the NBA. So we're recording after all the games are over. So any big things that happen in the games, we got you covered. All the big storylines, how they impact the league. So check it out. There's also another Locked On NBA during the day. So we've added another Locked On NBA show. So go check that out. It's more kind of like a 3-person kind of conversation thing. It's a good show. So go check that out on the Locked On NBA feed. All right, let's get back to the discussion here with Tom Westerholm. Celtics come off the road trip with, I think they just have picked up where they left off on the road for the most part. Even with that Indiana game, they stumbled, they came back. They had a chance to win that. But I don't know. What was your big? Do you have a big takeaway from the road trip?
I think we kind of touched on it earlier. It's just it's really impressive how they've become. Like 2 years ago, this team, you could not rely on them to win 2 games against the Hornets. You could not rely on them to beat the Hawks. You know what I mean? Like these were games that you could just for sure see them blowing. And like, I don't know. It's like watching that Hawk game, even early on, it's just like, oh, they got this one. Like they are good to go. Like they're attacking all the right mismatches. They're, just getting kind of whatever they want offensively. They're just such a, I don't know, such a machine right now. It's very impressive.
There was one play against the Hawks. It was so funny because Derek White was going up the screen for Jayson Tatum, and Peyton Pritchard was on the opposite side, just yelling at Derek White to get D White, go, because he had Trae Young on him.
Yeah.
So he wanted to set the screen for Tatum so Tatum could get the Trae Young matchup.
Yeah.
And I forget who was covering White, but that was also a matchup that the Celtics were going to. Pritchard was like, no, this is better. Hey, everybody, get the hell out of the way so I can do this. So it was so funny to see that moment because that's how much we target this guy. That's what we're doing. And they have done it. They are relentless. You're right. It used to be like, I don't know how they're going to do. They had you can count on them letting down at some point. I don't think they let down necessarily against the Hawks in that second quarter. I mean, They did a little bit defensively. That was just a horrible beginning of the second quarter.
Yeah.
But they picked it up and just turned it around. Like every team's going to make a run, blah, blah, blah. And they come up and they just smoke the Hawks. One thing that stuck out to me, I don't know if you feel this, but I've noticed that when the Celtics are hot from three, they start to fall in love with the three a little bit. Particularly, I feel like there are a few more step backs when they start to like feel it. And I would like to see them stop taking a lot of those step backs. Just because a lot of times when you've got a guy like over committing to your drive, that just means that you have an opportunity to create something for somebody else.
Yes.
And I want to see, I love that guys feel good. And I love that guys are like kind of, they're NBA players. They're going to hit some of these step backs. So I know they're not all going to go away, but like, if you're truly committed to playing the right way, then I would like to see you commit to playing the right way and just leave some of those step backs in the dust. Just continue that drive, knowing that I know I'm not getting anywhere, but I'm going to take this guy with me and I'm going to open something up. And I know that we're going to get a great shot, even though I feel like I'm hot.
Yeah. I think that especially is, maybe like the case with Tatum, right? Where it's like, he has that hot first half and it's like, all right, you're like, you miss a couple, get downhill because you can beat just about anybody. And that creates stuff. And the Celtics get all these 3-pointers, they get them. But like we've talked about it before, the reason the Celtics don't take too many 3-pointers, the reason that when people say the Celtics take too many threes, they're way off base, is because so many of those threes are generated. You will continue to generate those threes. Like if you got to start your action early enough, obviously, like, it gets down toward the end of the shot clock. You only have so many options, but like, if you've got time, take that downhill, try to draw that second defender, try to, heck, like if you don't draw that second defender, a lot of these guys are pretty good finishers. A lot of them, like, I think that's a good takeaway. I think it's so easy, right, to fall in love with the 3-pointer when you make a few of them. Because like, when that score starts going up by 3s instead of 2s, it's hypnotic. You just want to keep seeing more and more of it. But it's the reason that it does that is because the looks are so good. And the reason the looks are good is because they are, organically generated shots as opposed to step backs. That's not the same quality of look.
They are kind of told, like, when you have a good look, take it.
Right.
And this is the push and pull with the Celtics offense, because you can argue that, I don't know, all but a handful, the shots that the Celtics have taken all season long, you can be like, Jayson settled for this shot, but it's still a good look. Mm-hmm. Right. And like, that's where it gets very difficult. The Celtics still get good looks. And after the game, Jaylen Brown can sit there, Jayson Tatum can sit there and be like, yeah, we got good looks, we just didn't make them. But I keep going back to like generating the good looks, which is a word that I remember you once emphasized here. And it's that has stuck with me. Are you generating good looks versus are you just taking the first good look that you got? And sometimes you have to take that first good look, but
there's a balance. Yeah,
there is a balance. Like sometimes a step back is fine, right?
Yeah,
it's fine. Like some of these shots, but I just don't want to see them as often. I feel I'm chasing perfection here, and that's what every team is chasing. You go into film session, you'd be like, we need to fix this, 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 and this. And knowing that not every team's going to be perfect, but you're still chasing it. When it's not perfect, you still want it to be. And this is a way that the offense, already the best offense in the league, can go to another level. They can be a better offense, and they're already putting up 122 points per 100 possessions.
Yeah, right. I mean but that's what it comes down to when you're the defending champion too, right? Like it's like you're trying to improve on the thing. Yeah, there you go. You're trying to improve on the thing that won you the championship last year. Like that's a lofty goal. But that's what you get to do when you're in this situation.
All right. So the Celtics and the Warriors on Wednesday night in the Garden. So that'll be a fun game. Hopefully they generate good shots and run away with it. And who knows? Maybe Jayson Tatum will surprise us with a couple of all we want is a couple of like side eye, little dirty look, just a little smirk in Steve Kerr's direction. Just a little, see, yeah, that's all we want. Are we going to get it? I don't know. I don't think so.
I would like to bring up the fact that we are 36 minutes into the podcast. Last night, when we were recording this, the Celtics played the Hawks. Trae Young went 1 for 10 and didn't defend anybody. And I didn't even bring it up. Like 36 minutes into the podcast.
Yeah. We haven't
remarkable restraint by me.
Yeah. This is a very Trae Young hating podcast, and we just let that go.
I don't hate him. I just think he's like really bad at defense.
Yeah. It's the Mad Men thing, that madman meme where the guy says, I feel bad for you. And the response, well, I don't think about you at all.
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking about Trae Young at all. I just moved on.
Right along.
Yeah. All right. Tom Westerholm, always appreciate you hopping on.
Appreciate you, man.
Thanks to everybody. I always appreciate everyone who is listening, everybody who's watching. Podcast is here every day for you, Monday through Friday. When they play on the weekends, I'm still podcasting. So I podcasted both days this weekend. We're going on. I've lost count of how many days in a row it is. It doesn't matter how many days in a row it is, because I'm here to give you free podcasts every time they play all week long. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Watch the show on YouTube. Get into the comment section. Join a growing Celtics family in that Locked On Celtics comment section. Have some fun there. It's actually one of the few good comment sections on the internet. Keep it that way. Have some fun there and share the podcast. Spread the word. Tell everybody they should be listening to and watching the Locked On Celtics podcast here on the Locked On Podcast Network. It's your team every day.